Welcome back to the Airman Harris Show. No free promo. I know normally I get on here telling y'all about how my week going or about to go. I talk about the kids, get on here telling y'all how their basketball season going, something like that. But today we gonna start off talking about Bam Adebayo. 83 points. I know a lot of people hating. I know a lot of people saying, putting an asterisk by it. I know a lot of people got a lot of stuff to say about how many free throws he took. 83 points is a lot of points. I don't care if you scored at elementary, middle school, high school, NBA, college. I don't care where you scored at on the park in a pickup game. 83 points is a lot of points. It's the second highest scoring output in the NBA. Will Chamberlain scored 100 points. Kobe Bryant had 81 points. Bam Adebayo against the Wizards had 83 points. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, he played against the Wizards." The NBA team. It's a lot of NBA teams that's tanking. There's a lot of NBA teams that are not tanking. A lot of NBA teams that are good. A lot of NBA teams that are bad. They're NBA team. Wizards been tanking all year. If that's the case, Paulo next game should score 100. Tatum or Brown score 100 the next game, and the Wizards play them after that. Somebody on the Wizards should score 100 if that's the case. If Bam's got an asterisk to me because of who they played against, I don't think that should even, you know, matter actually. But 83 points, 83 points. He went 36 for 43 from the free throw line. If you get to the free throw line that many times, get to the free throw line that many times. He was torching Alex Sarr all night. He started out with 31 points. We knew it was going to be a great game since the first quarter. He had 31 points starting off the game. And Sarr didn't have a bad game. He only played like 20 minutes action. He scored 28 and 6 in 20 minutes. But every highlight you see, Sarr was getting torched. Like, it was crazy. But Sarr actually played a good game. But shout out to Bam. 83 points, 9 rebounds. He had a couple blocks. He had a couple steals. So he didn't just shoot. He didn't just do a lot of scoring. Granted, they started forcing the ball at the end to get him the number, but you got to get close to that number for them to want to keep feeding you the ball. You got to be hitting shots for them to want to keep feeding you the ball. I know a lot of people want to keep saying, too, about how they was forcing the ball. They was double team. But still, everybody who hit that many points, they started double and triple team. I mean, any team that's smart is going to start a double and triple team with one player have that many points. To me, it was a great game. I don't care who he played against. It was an NBA team. It was a good performance. 83 points. Go down in the record books. Shout out to Bam Adebayo. I ain't really got much else to say about it. I think it was great. I know people want to put an asterisk by it, the Kobe fans. I'm a big-time Kobe fan, but records are meant to be broken. And that's like seconds, so they ain't really the record. But it happened, and it is what it is. But moving right along, I'm going to jump off the football real quick, man. My Ravens, I was so mad when I seen that the Max Crosby trade had fell through. I was heartbroken. I just needed some kind of uplifting something for my Ravens. The past few years, they've been letting me down. Get close in the playoffs or get close to the playoffs, and they just let me down like against Pittsburgh this past season. It's been a bunch of BS for my Ravens, but the Max Crosby trade did fall through because of the physical. But we did pick up Trey Hendrickson, 4-year, 112. He a great player. He and his athletic, move around like Crosby, but he did lead the league in sacks. Was it 2 years ago, I believe? So that's what we're looking for. We did need an edge rusher. We did need somebody to come off that edge, and Trey Hendrickson hopefully do that for us. He comes from the Bengals. Also, getting out of that Max Crosby trade too, and picking up Hendrickson, we saved our picks as well, so that's good for us too. We didn't have to give up our picks. But Max Crosby, 439 tackles in his career. Hendrickson only got 236, but he do got 81 sacks to Max Crosby 69.5 sacks. So he's a sack machine. Hopefully he can bring pressure on the edge. We play those tough quarterbacks. You know how we get late in the playoffs. We got to play the Mahomes and my guy from the Bills. I'm drawing a blank right now. We play those guys late in the playoffs. We can't get no pressure. And they just got time to sit back there like Rodgers. Old Butch got time to sit back there and sit back there and sit back there and complete a pass. Hopefully he brings that pressure and, amp up our defense with our new coaching staff. But moving back to basketball, Spurs beat the Celtics 125-116. Jaylen Brown got ejected in like the second quarter of the game. I did go back and watch it. At first I was saying they should have called the foul, but I went back and watched it. I think it was kind of a flop. I don't think he really got pushed out of bounds at all. I think he flopped and whatever happened. Maybe the first take, just because he was pointing, he was cussing, he's spitting and slobbing everywhere. But the second take, to get ejected, I don't know if that was warranted, especially in that magnitude of a game. Not a huge game, but it was a national televised game against, two of the top teams. I understand that was looked like a younger referee. I guess an inexperienced, to say the least, official that threw him out the game. Tempers was flaring, he was yelling, whatever, but I don't think he should have got through out for that. I mean, he was pointing, spitting, whatever, but whatever. But the Spurs did beat the Celtics. Tatum had 24. Wemby had 39-11. De'Aaron Fox bought out too, and that's another person people sleeping on for the Spurs. I know a lot of people put a lot of focus on Wemby with the Spurs, but Fox been balling. I mean, he kind of just like afterthought when you kind of think of their team with Wemby and those guys, and then you remember that they got him. Well, the Spurs gonna be tough with Fox, Castle, Vassell, Wemby. Like, they got a lot of guys. Champagne even be balling out. Like, they got a lot of guys on the Spurs. So look out for the Spurs. Granted, Jaylen Brown did get suspended. We do know Tatum just coming back to 24 was the most he didn't score this season. So we'll see how the Celtics look down the road. It's gonna be a matchup to look out for. Potentially a finals matchup. Spurs, Celtics. Won't be a bad finals matchup if you ask me. Should be entertaining, should be exciting. We'll see if those teams can actually make it that far to the finals. Lakers did beat the Timberwolves and struggled 14 points. He went 1-10 from 3. Randall only had 14. Lakers won, no Brian. Reeves had 31. Luka had 31. Luka had 11-11 to go his 31. Reeves had 7-8 to go his 31. So the Lakers held it down with no Brian. Raptors lost to the Rockets 113-99. Raptors been showing a lot of hope, a lot of promise. I think they'll do a lot. They'll surprise a lot of people in the East. As far as the Rockets in the West, I'm not hugely sold on the Rockets. I know Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant. However, he's not the old Kevin Durant that could come and drop 50, 40. I don't know. When last time KD dropped 40? I mean, he may have, but it's been a while he done strung something together. And 50, 60, that's totally out the window. KD like a 20-some point, maybe 30-some point scorer at this point. So I don't know if he can carry them that far. Thompson has improved a lot. I do still think they need a point guard. Losing Van Fleet, hurt him by him still being out on injury, but it is what it is. Sengun also on the defensive end. I only been struggling a bit lately. When they did play the Warriors the other day, I got to watch him a little bit. And his defense is a little subpar. So, and people starting to figure him out a little bit on the offensive end, especially with not a lot of weapons and shooters on that Rockets team outside of Reed Shepherd. But we'll see what the Rockets do down the stretch. 76ers beat Memphis. Memphis kind of struggling. I don't know which way Memphis going in. I don't know what they're going to do with Ja Morant. I'm sure they're going to try to move him this offseason. But I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens with what Memphis does with Ja Morant. Also, Tyrese Maxey is out. He got a pinky injury to his right pinky for 3 weeks. So that's going to hurt the 76ers being that Embiid with his situation. Maxey being out 3 weeks. And then we know Paul George still being suspended. With I don't know what he was on, HGH, steroids, I don't know, whatever the medication that he was taking to get him suspended. The Pistons beat the Nets. Isaiah Stewart did get put on a poster. K had 21 and 15. Duran had 26 to snap their losing streak. The Pistons back on the road. Hopefully the Pistons can keep it going. I would love to see the Pistons make it deep in the playoffs. Make it kind of far. It'd be good to see some teams, that ain't been that far in a long time make it that far, especially the hometown team. The Hawks on a 7-game winning streak. They beat the Mavs last night. Johnson for the Hawks is nice, y'all. I know he don't get a lot of looks. He don't get a lot of credit. He don't get a lot of clout, but be on the lookout. That boy had 27, 8, and 7. I'm sure that was one of the reasons why they was comfortable with getting rid of Trae Young. That boy nice. He got size. He not small, and he get buckets. Flag struggled with 14 and 12 for the Mavs. So they lost to the Hawks last night. The Hornets beat the Blazers. Shout out to LaMelo. Fastest to 900 threes. It was like 247 games, something like that. So LaMelo shoot a lot of threes. The Suns beat the Bucks. Shout out to the Suns. The Suns been doing good this year with Devin Booker. I've been thinking I've been thinking the Pistons been trying to get Devin Booker, but the way Devin Booker been carrying his Suns team and how high up they are in the West right now, I don't think I want to get rid of Devin Booker or the Pistons be willing to give up what they're going to want for Devin Booker because he's carrying these guys right now, and I didn't think they would be this high up in the standings this late in the season, but they are. And Devin Booker's carrying these guys, and the Bucks continue to slide as they will continue to do. Shout out to Giannis. On to my dubs, man. The Bulls beat us last night overtime. I ain't gonna lie, I stopped watching the game. It be getting a little depressing sometimes, I ain't gonna lie. And the bad thing about it, though, is, I understand people get hurt. We know Jimmy out for the season. Steph still ain't back yet. We don't know when Seth gonna play. Have a good game. You score like 13 points in 12 minutes. Then you don't play the next game. Melton have a good game. Then he didn't play last night. Post didn't play last night. Moody out. Moody is hurt. Horford played last night, so I'm sure next game he won't play. Porzingis played last night, so I'm sure next game he won't play. We've got Leon's in. I don't know who Leon is. Cryer been balling. They say play with Houston. I ain't watching like that with Calvin Sampson, but he got game though. He get it in, but it's just so many new guys we trying to incorporate in our offense. Nate Williams, I don't know where he came from. He played hard. I like him, but it's like so many new guys we just trying to incorporate into the offense that, it's just not working out. Like, we got to figure something out, especially with the starting line. Last night we started Green, Santos, Horford. I guess Horford is a center now that he's 40 years old. We started 3 power forwards, then we started Pods and Richards, 2 guards. How we starting two guards and then 3 power forwards? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's up with the Warriors. I don't know what we got to do. I do know Buzella scored 41 and 6 on us. I do know we need to find somebody who's going to take some pride on the wing on defense, like a Clay, like a Iguodala, like a Wiggins, like somebody that's going to stop somebody on the wing. We do need a wing defender. We just can't have Draymond behind the defense trying to, lock down the paint, orchestrate here and there when there's nobody on the wing or on the perimeter locking nobody down. We do have to identify that before we can do anything. Hopefully when Steph do come back, all these other players start filtering back in. Hopefully we can generate some wins. But right now, I feel like we're just comfortable enough making a play-in tournament. So that's probably where we're going to be. So hopefully we win a play-in tournament game, get to the playoffs, and upset somebody. That's what it's looking like for the Warriors, and it looks like that's what they're comfortable with. Looking at the coaching, looking at what we're putting out there on the floor and the way the players are playing. So I guess they're comfortable with it. I'm comfortable with it. So that's all I got today, y'all. Peace.